All right. Mic, mic testing 1 2. All right. I think we're good to go. So, what's going on? Um, back with the leg day. I know it's been a while. I've been trying to record. I've been trying to get some stuff done, but honestly, I've just been really busy. And this is going to be my third attempt of recording the leg day, just because the last two have been kind of annoying and things haven't come my way to say the least. But it's all right. We're back, and notice we're not at my home gym, so this is. I'll explain why in a minute. But let's get some warm up sets out the way. All right. So yeah. All right. So like I said, yeah, I'm not at my home gym. Um, kind of lifting a little bit later than I wanted to today, and my usual gym isn't open that late, so figured I'd just come to this other gym I've been needing to check out for a while, and so yeah, we're here, and it's pretty cool. Seems like an old abandoned um, mall type of thing. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. So yeah, like I said, today's gonna be a leg day. Um, while kind of going over like proper programming stuff and just like a couple things related to that. And it's really gonna be the main topic for this video. But of course, if you want to hear about something else, then leave a comment, and I'll probably more than likely end up talking about it. So yeah. So also, I'll probably will be going through like my current regular exercises. So um, that's pretty much it. But yeah, we're starting off with the hamstring curl. I mean, I can't find a seated one. Like, or there isn't a good seated one here. So this is just gonna have to do, which is fine. Like I've been doing mine, so let's just get a couple sets in front of working weight. It's pretty light, so might I think I should be able to work with this, but if I need to have more work, then I'll go ahead. But yeah, um, yeah. Hopefully this place doesn't get too crowded, but I don't know. We'll see. Because usually it's been kind of a pain to record at my other gym just because it's kind of crowded most of the time, and I might try and go like late one night just to see if it's going to be that crowded. But I don't know. I'll just figure it out and try to see what's up. But I mean, my first impression of this gym is this. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's got some good stuff. It's just mostly hoist though, which hoist is kind of hit or miss. Um, at least the leg stuff kind of sucks in my opinion, but I mean it's fine. It's not like that big of a deal. God just had the big deal with this stuff, but I mean, yeah, this place is pretty nice. It's open. It is kind of more of a powerlifting gym though, so it doesn't have like the best selection of machines, but it's got a lot of like those like gray cable things. I don't really know what they're called, but it's got a lot of those. So, all right, let's see how this feels. Oh yeah, that's pretty light. Might add another. All right, about a 6 on the 25. I'll see what happens. I don't even know if that's gonna stay on, but yeah, let's try the 6 on the 25. Again, I'll probably do. I'll see how the set feels, and I might do another one. But let's get the set out of the way. Oh. All right. Wow. This thing actually feels pretty good. Whew. I'm impressed. This is actually a pretty good piece of Matrix equipment. So yeah, nice. Um, Probably we'll just do a second set here. Um, that's because why not? And I don't really know about my hinge today. Um, I'll see what I can do about it, but I mean, again, it's not like a huge deal if I don't do a hinge. But I guess I hit the first topic um, about programming properly is like equating your weekly volume really, and kind of figuring out if what you're doing is too much, or it could also be little like too little. But I kind of find it hard to like really come up with something that's like too little. So, but honestly, when it comes to lifting and stuff, honestly, doing less is better than doing more, in my opinion. Because doing more will just accumulate lots of fatigue over time. That's when you get demotivated. That's just kind of setting your whole, setting your progression kind of in a spiral. So usually, usually if you have like a good amount of volume, and by good amount, like again, this is just um, it's not a magic number. You're gonna have to play around with your stuff or play around and kind of figure out for yourself. But I mean, anywhere from like 4 to I'll say 8 sets per week should be fine. Again, it's not a magic number. That's what works best for me, and that's what I've been seeing pretty good progress with. So again, it's all up to you and kind of what tailors to your needs. So um, if you're kind of starting out at lifting though, I would kind of start out at the higher end just to kind of see what your like ceiling is, and then kind of go down from there and see like, oh, maybe I am doing a little too much. Maybe you tweak this to about, you know, 8 to 10 sets. Then slowly go down, find a good spot, and so um, that's really that kind of all needs to be said about volume. I mean, I know you're doing too much as if you're just kind of sore all the time. But again, that could also play in your recovery just a little bit. But again, recovery isn't like it's important, but it's not as important as volume. I feel volume is definitely the most important thing. Then also like the bigger picture of just programming properly is really your issue. So if you're having issues with progression, it's most likely a programming issue, not really like a sleep, nutrition kind of thing. But I'll kind of get into that later and why I think so. But let's just get the second set out of the way. All right. I think that was 5. One reserve there. Wasn't gonna really want to fight for that last rep. So yeah, moving on. All right, so moving on. Um, it's got some good old leg extensions here. Nothing too nothing too special about them. Just actually this might be a good machine. I've never used this machine. This is a pre-core, so no idea what this is gonna feel like. I think this is all right. So I think this also just like starting position too. So there we go. Whew, that's pretty good. So I'm hoping I can jump in this and it not being an issue because I really don't want to do single leg. So See how the stack feels. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's gonna need a fight. Kind of what else I can mention about volume is that, you know, working sets honestly don't like matter that much. Like you kind of do what you feel like you need to do. Like some people they can do one working set and be fine. But I tend to like to do two to three. Usually actually sorry, two. Usually two. I don't really find a reason to do three. 'Cause if you can do a third set, then it probably means that you can up the weight a little bit more. So you're doing three sets, and likely your first two sets were about 6 reps plus. So it's something to consider. Again, it's not that big of a deal, but it's kind of something you should keep in the back of your mind when keeping your like weekly volume in check. All right, I lied. I'm gonna have to do this single leg because this gym pin is too fat. Honestly, the plate doesn't even like fit on, dude. It's of course the worst possible engineered machines pre-core. It's alright though. Oh man, this is kind of annoying. It's just single leg, which means I'm only gonna do a set. So why am I doing a set here? Well, think about it. I gotta do a single leg, which means it's gonna be a little bit more exhausting, just because um, technically two sets, but I don't really count it as two sets. I'll just say one set because I really just do one leg. Take about like a minute break, and then kind of get into my other legs. So, or not a minute, probably about 3 minutes. And also, just because like the amount of weight you got to move, like it makes sense. Like I'm not really gonna do like two sets is the absolute max that I should be doing with this. So like, it wouldn't really make any sense to do more than two sets of it, especially from doing a single leg. So also quads aren't like a huge weak point of mine, so I'm fine. And I'm gonna squat. I do hack squats, so it's um it's just something I feel like doing. It's not that big of a deal. So we'll try this and see, kind of shoot for a good weight to work with. Okay, this is like a good weight to work with. So we'll stick with that. Yeah, it's 200. Yeah, it's 200. So yeah, good weight to work with. So yeah, let's get into the set. Man, kind of undershot it just a hair, but it's fine. I did solid six with like I'd say one in reserve. I'd say I don't know. I don't really care. The rest of it, and then get into the second set. All right, that's done. So moving on. All right, so moving on. Just got some abductions. Nothing too special. It's pretty standard. Um, this one you can actually adjust the seat force. Actually, you can see it's fine. But this one I may not actually need to jump in because this one's actually kind of heavy. So I'll kind of see what's up with this machine and play around. But ugh. All right. So what else can I get into? Yes. Um, exercise selection slash exercise order. I'll kind of put them into one. It's pretty similar, but Usually, to have good programming, you want to pick, good stable exercises that are fairly easy to aggressively overload on, and something that kind of, well, usually you want to do about a compound or two, and then kind of like isolation slash machine type of thing if you want. But usually it just, again, it just comes down to what you like. So, for example, like I guess on the sluggish day, like I do one squat pattern and one leg extension, and that hits the quads perfectly fine. Could I get away with just leg extension? Yes, but I like squatting, and I think it also helps kind of grow your adductors a little bit too, because it also puts them in a challenging position as well. And yes, it is a little bit more fatiguing. So again, order matters. So hence why I'm doing it kind of toward the end of my session. So, um, what do I mean by stable movements? Well, I mean by movements that don't really recruit a whole lot of other muscles. So, for example, I'll probably use hmm, um, there's a bench press for an example because honestly, it really isn't that good of a chest exercise because there are better options. Like it's not a bad one, but there are better options. And why do I say that? Because I'd say a chest fly does grow your chest better than a bench press. Just because a bench press, not only does it recruit the chest, it also recruits the triceps and sometimes a little bit of the shoulders too. In the chest, it's just straight. It's just straight shoulder abduction. So it's just going to recruit, um, yeah, pretty much only chest. So yeah, probably into the set here. All right. So for this, I really just care about the range of motion. Um, the weight, I can also care. I don't really care too much about. Just because I think I can definitely get kind of the max pins. I think I'm one pin away from maxing it or having it all the way out. So that's just something I want to do. But probably can do maybe another quick moment set. Okay. Go to strong 25. All right. So moving on, we got some good old hack squats. I mean, again, nothing too much to say here except it's my squat pattern and I like doing these. So yeah. So this is a Nautilus, so this is gonna be way lighter, and I already did a warm up set, and this feels so much better on my knees. So I'm hoping I can go pretty heavy today. Probably shooting for about 5 plates a side, but we'll see. We'll see what's up. So let's see. This feels so much better. All right. Nice. Okay. All right. So, like I said, um, uh, that's another thing I can. Oh yeah, like I said, kind of got cut off there by the there are like people right next to me, so I don't want to be rude and kind of talking to them. So I just waited, did my set. Um, freaking plate, of course, did fall off, so a little bit annoying. But um, I was talking about I think it was exercise order. So I talked about compounds and like you should kind of put them toward like the latter half of your session just so you're not burnt out. But if you want to do them first, just to see kind of where you are, kind of find like a good weight that you can work with. I honestly did that with SLDS for a good while. I found out that 415 is like my working weight after kind of doing them first for like 2 to 3 sessions. Because I started out, I remember I think it was like 315, then 335, 365. And I think it just made the jump. So I was like, screw it. If I don't get this, then then I'll kind of know my weight. But actually, no. I went 315, I think 365, then 385, then 415. So I honestly haven't really done them in a while. Um, actually, I might do them today just because it's a good kind of gym to do it at. It's got a deadlift bars, so I don't know. I'll see, but I'm gonna be kind of fatigued, so but it's fine. I might just do them and see what's up. But let's give it a second warm up set. Oh, jeez, dude, my knees are just not not cooperating. I just feel like my squat presses, my squat patterns are kind of weak. Just because the past like three, I don't say more, probably like four, actually even more than that, maybe 4 to 5 months. I've been just doing leg press just because I don't like barbell squatting, and when I'm at school, I don't like the Smith machine there, so I've just been doing leg press and stuff, and just kind of using that as my squat pattern. But um, yeah, I definitely, again, it's kind of something I've been working on this summer. Honestly, I really have been bad about squatting. I'm not gonna lie. Anytime the squat pattern. Um, I think last leg day I tried to record, I ended up like not doing a squat pattern just because my knee was feeling a little bit. Yeah, so I might invest in some knee sleeves just to see what they do for me. And honestly, I don't really think I need to go like that deep on these. Um, I'll probably play around with my form just a hair and just see kind of how deep I can like really go. So I was heavy. Oh man. Oh, it's all right. Um, Probably just throwing a 25. I don't know. This might be a bit of a stretch. Um, my knees haven't been feeling the best recently, and honestly, I really don't know why. Like, again, I know why because I don't really do any proper squat. I haven't really done a proper squat pattern in a little bit, but it's just a little annoying, especially because I feel like I used to be really good at these type of squat patterns, but I don't know, things happen. Um, I'm not too worried about it. Again, I'm just gonna pick a good amount of weight I can rep. So I think this I can probably four might be a bit of a stretch. I'm not gonna lie. My knees, I'm just honestly my mobility has been kind of buns too. I really haven't been doing that much. At least for my knees, my hips honestly I've been doing a good amount with, especially with like being able to touch my toes sitting down with my legs out. I think that, but just like I really haven't had that good with knees. I've done much like knee mobility besides like deep, deep kind of squats or warm ups. So um, again, it's all right. So I guess one thing I will kind of mention before um, I get into this set, just because I want to wrestle a bit more, is exercise redundancy. That is definitely a big issue. I think with your programs is sometimes you pick too many exercises that are too similar, hit like the same muscle. So what I mean by that, I mean like squat pattern, like you do a barbell squat and a leg press in your leg day sessions. Like, it doesn't make sense because again, you're both you're flexing the knee at a pretty, or sorry, extending the knee at a pretty good, um, at basically the same angle. And so it just doesn't make sense to do both of them in one session. You just pick one, get strong with it, and if you want to switch it up, then switch it up. But usually you don't really want to do both in the same session, especially if you're doing more than like 2 to 3 sets. And at that point, it's just like, bro. But I will mention that later. But I'm just gonna get into this set here. Oh man. Yeah, 3 or 4 ups it is for me. Um, so my set here is done. So moving on. All right. So um, moving on. We got some hip thrusts, and yes, I do hip thrust. And I know that I'm a dude that does hip thrusts. Who cares? You guys that skip hip thrusts don't. They're actually really good for you because they help with your posture, help you stand up straight. Because a lot of people that have bad posture usually have poor glute strength because your glutes are usually pulling yourself up. And any sort of type of hip extension where the hips kind of come um, in front of you, if you're bringing the hip in front of you, then hip extension. So any sort of movement will do, like whether it be Smith machine, whether it be machine. Just kind of pick what you like again. Get strong with it. So get a warm set here and see what I can hit with this. All right. So um, I guess on to or back to the exercise redundancy point. Um, how do you really figure out like what's redundant, what's not? Just think about what type of movement you're doing and what muscle it's working. And if it's like roughly the same muscle, then like there's really no point in doing another exercise that really hits the same muscle. Um, Again, like back to the bench example. Actually, well, let's just say like if you want to hit an incline Smith press, let's just say, and then you go on to like an incline chest press, like machine, whether it be like plate loaded, whatnot. Like again, you're still hitting the upper chest as both movements. So why would you do the same movement for both of them? You know what I'm saying? So just think about that, and also like um, I guess with all movements too, a lot of people tend to or a lot of people tend to like do redundant exercises with that, like hammer curls, like standing alternating curls. Like they're all the same thing. You can't really bias a specific region of the bicep based on like how you hold the dumbbell. Like that's not biomechanics work. Well, a little bit, but not like with that. Because the biceps, each head of the bicep is better in each different kind of degree of leverage you put it in. So you can't really bias a brachialis with a hammer curl. You can't, whatnot. Like just do a curl you like and get strong with it. And no, preacher curls are not vaulted. Um, I don't know why people are freaking out that they are. They're not. Um, either do that or do a Bayesian curl. Like that's fine. I personally don't like the Bayesian curl because I tend to extend my shoulder back a little bit too much, and it's kind of a pain to set up. So I just don't do them. Again, I just do any sort of preacher curl where the bench is like I think 60 degrees is the best. Or it's technically the better degree, but again, it really doesn't matter that much as long as you just pick any curl you like and just get strong with it, and it's stable. And that's why. And that's why preacher curls is better for me, in my opinion. Like, it's stable. You don't have to swing as much, and it's pretty easy to get strong. Oh, sorry, it's easy to get strong in, but it's hard to kind of progress in, if that kind of makes sense. But because honestly, I've kind of been stuck on 45 for I want to say since really the month started, or sorry, since like the summer started. Like, I finally just got 6 reps with the 45, so I might probably try 50 my next time I do biceps. So, but um, I did end up doing biceps before my hack squat, but I just didn't really feel like recording them because I mean, there's really nothing special. I think biceps are pretty boring to hit. They're just not fun. Um, yeah, but that's about it. And I do have this goofy looking thing because I can't find like a yoga mat anywhere. I don't know why I can't find one. It really shouldn't be this hard to find a yoga mat, but I don't know. I'll see if this works. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna up to 6 into 25. I hope I can use this. I really don't really know what this is used for. Oh, it's an ab mat. Okay. I'll try and look for another yoga mat, but all right. Yeah, so 6 minute 25 is usually that's kind of where I'm at right now. So I might just do this. I don't really think I could hit 7. So my bad. Thought that was a yoga mat right there, but it's a piece of floor for whatever reason. But I mean, really programming, I guess, kind of to put a bow tie on it. Like, it is can be a little bit challenging because it is going to take a lot of trial and error. Like, I really didn't get it down until like 2 to 3 months ago, kind of like when I was kind of got into this different sort of style of training. So usually you're just gonna have to play around and figure out what works best for you. But I have it mostly figured out. But again, there's always some changes I can make and stuff you just got to do on the fly. And so, but again, I think it definitely is probably it is the most important part of your of like muscle growth in my opinion. Because if you're doing too much volume, too redundant of exercises, and just not doing them in the correct order, then you're just basically going to be going back into each session just fatigue, more fatigue, more fatigue, more fatigue. It's just going to build up over time. It's kind of like a snowball. And so at that point, it's just like, dude, you're just kind of really falling the deep end, and you need to take a deload route, which again just just kind of delays your progress, in my opinion. And I really don't think a deload is necessary if your programming is proper. Sorry, if it's proper. But usually, usually you'll know if your programming is bad because if you're constantly tired and you feel like you're just always sore, you need to recover. Like you're always taking like, oh, I'm not going to go today, or I'm not going to lift today because I'm sore and I need to recover. Like if you're always doing that, then yeah, you probably do because again you're doing too much volume and um, you're just doing more that's necessary. And I guess I'll probably talk about this in another video, but about like intensifiers, like drop sets and supersets and all that. Just like how pretty useless they are. And you don't really like need them for muscle growth, so there's that. But um, yeah, honestly, instead of doing a hinge, I really don't feel like doing a hinge. I might actually go for a deadlift PR and see what I can pull. Honestly, I've really been tempted to kind of hit one the past couple days, but I might just say screw it and just try and figure out. Because I think last time I deadlifted, I think was like December of 2023. I want to say, and that time I think I pulled four. I want to say 455, but I really have no idea. So I'm kind of interested to see what I can pull just kind of see what yeah I can do. So I'm gonna just do that at the end. It might be kind of quick, just because I kind of want to get out of here. But yeah, let's get into this set here. All right. I have no idea if that was 4 or 5 reps, but who cares? Uh, on the deadlifts. All right. So sorry. I did try a deadlift. I failed. I think 495 is what it was. So I just barely. I think I almost had it, but I've just been having a little bit of back issues. So I don't know. I might try to get it at the end of the summer. I'll see. But this mic is about to die, of course, and the other one died. So I just make this short and sweet, and there's probably gonna be no more commentary the rest of the video. But I'll do. I'll get my set of SLDLs here, and yeah, that's about it. Well, not much else. I really don't know how many how many days up after I'm recording this video will go up. But if you've made it this far, appreciate it. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe. And I will be trying to post on Instagram more. It's just been kind of hard because I don't really know what else to post. But yeah, I will catch you guys later.